There is a presentation of a petition, so I'd like to invite Genevieve de Spa to come to the table. Thank you.
Good morning, Mayor, councillors and council staff. Thank you. And thank you for accepting the presentation of this petition. The petition has over 300 signatures which ask you to take action on the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, also known as the TPPA or the TPP. That is, to adopt a 12-point resolution as the minimum criteria which must be met if New Zealand is to sign the TPP, and then to present this resolution to central government on behalf of your people. In the best interests of Christchurch or Takaro and her people, we urge you to inform yourselves about what the TPP is, because it will affect council budgets, it will affect council's ability to pass bylaws, and it will affect council procurement policies. We cannot begin to explain the TPP to you in 5 minutes, but we want you to understand that we represent a wide range of very concerned citizens and that their numbers are growing. We do not want New Zealand to be part of this partnership, and certainly not in its current form. We do not want New Zealand to be able to be sued by corporations for tax dollars when we try to protect our health and our environment. We are committed to protecting Te Tiriti or Waitangi and the self-determination and liberty of Aotearoa New Zealand. It's our intention to bring this issue to council agenda so that we can better inform you about our concerns. And with that, I table this petition and call on my colleague Greg.
Dear Mayor, councillors and council officers, thank you very much for this opportunity to talk to you. My name is Greg Rezniewski, and I am a member of the Renewables of Motueka. We are honoured to be here. We wrote to your council on the 20th of March concerning the TPP and public interest, and we addressed TPP as a matter that had potential to adversely affect our key concern. We're a climate action group, and our concern is about climate change. And this led us to question TPP's ability to constrain government from acting in the public and national interest. New Zealand, through TPP, is drawn toward global law which places property rights to the ascendancy. This process is known as privatisation. It is a simple doctrine that presumes a self-interest will better direct the development of a resource than a publicly managed enterprise. Do we really agree with this proposition? It is the doctrine that made the Chicago School of Economics and Rogernomics notorious. We see in the TPP many ways in which Christchurch City Council and its activities on behalf of the public and their well-being will be further constrained and pressurised. The agenda promoted by TPP appears solely about large corporate interests being entrenched. The previously defeated multilateral treaty on investment is just one of the reincarnations apparent in TPP. Our understanding of the dynamic and relationships between capitalist enterprise and government allows us to see that government's duty to care is somewhat constrained. We are heartened that despite the amendment to the Local Government Act, where the 4 duties of government were removed, councils the length of Aotearoa still take it upon themselves to foster the community and do, in fact, care. Modern capitalism is a dynamic force which has transformed our planet. Its impulses lifted billions out of poverty and will continue to enable positive development, providing we regulate its activities and direct it to serve the public or community and environmental interest. But our reality is otherwise. The world leadership, whatever that might be, appears bent to serve transnational capitalism's interests. Unfettered capitalism is despotic and ruthless in the pursuit of its interests, which is maximise profit and externalise costs.
Excuse me, we've got to
only
the
got a
5
couple of
minutes.
I'll wrap it.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll just forward you my speaker's notes via an email because I've got
Yeah,
all your addresses.
why don't you go through the list of the 12 points?
Oh, okay, we could do that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think just go through wrap your speech.
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah. You've got the copy of the 12 points, like.
Yeah, I'm just getting copies run off for everyone.
Oh, okay. You haven't seen it. I mean,
Sorry?
we've circulated it via an email, 20th of March. It's been with you for a long time.
And we can do that again.
Oh, okay.
We'll get
No, it's okay. We'll give hard copies to the councillors, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll read the resolution. That might be the best thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This resolution came out of Auckland Council in 2012. 2012, TPP descended on Auckland because that was where the international negotiations were. And as a result of that, Auckland Council, as administration, proposed a resolution to the Auckland Council. And that was that TPP be negotiated in the public interest or national interest. Some councillors moved a set of 12 amendments to that resolution. And they said, well, let's define the public interest. And they said, provided that the partnership and agreements achieve the following objectives. Okay, now it was specific to Auckland, but we've generalised it and made it generic. Continues to allow all local councils, if they so choose, to adopt procurement policies that provide for a degree of local preference to choose whether particular services or facilities are provided in-house by council-controlled organisations or by contracting out, or to require higher safety and health and safety, environmental protection, employment rights and conditions, community participation, animal protection or human rights standards than national or international minimum standards. Secondly, maintains good diplomatic and trade relations and partnerships for local councils in New Zealand with other major trading partners not included in the agreement, including China. Provides substantially increased access for our agricultural exports into the USA market. Does not undermine Pharmac, raise the costs of medical treatments and medicines, or threaten public health measures such as tobacco control. Does not give overseas investors or suppliers any greater rights than domestic investors and suppliers, such as through introducing investor-state dispute settlement or reduce our ability to control overseas investment or finance. The sixth point is, does not expand intellectual property rights and enforcement in excess of current law. Does not weaken our public services, require privatisation, hinder reversals of privatisations, or increase the commercialisation of government, any councils or other local government organisations. Does not reduce our flexibility to support local economic and industry development and encourage good employment and environmental practices and initiatives, and the Mayor's Task Force for Jobs, which enable marginalised young people to develop their skills and transition into meaningful employment. 9. Contains enforceable labour clauses requiring adherence to core ILO organisation conventions and preventing reduction of labour rights for trade or investment advantage, i.e. the Hobbit Law. Has general exemptions to protect human rights, the environment, the Treaty of Waitangi and New Zealand's economic and financial stability. Contains contains enforceable environmental clauses preventing reduction of environmental and biosecurity standards for trade or investment. And finally, has been negotiated with public consultation, including regular public releases of drafts of the text of the agreement and ratification being conditional on a full social, environmental and economic impact assessment, including public submissions. I'll just wrap with this. Tomorrow's world is one in which we exist as part of a globe of 10 billion people. To accommodate these, we need cooperation and shrewd public administration. Government at a local, national and global level have a huge task attending to the public wellbeing. Dear Mayor and councillors, please take this message on board. TPP is everyone's business. The TPP national negotiators refer to their desire for a gold standard TPP. They equate money with gold. Our values are somewhat broader. We present the people's mandate. It is the Pounamu standard, the Greenstone standard. It is the terms of a TPP deal that we believe the public would knowingly assent to. Thank you for your attention and consideration of our request. Cheers.
Thanks very much.
I'm happy to answer questions or anything like that.
No, I'm afraid we haven't got any
you've got to
time
run
for
on, mate.
questions. Thank you. Yanni.
A process question in regards to normally a petition will generate a report, so it'd be referred to an appropriate committee for a report to come back. I know in the document we've been given that it's to be kind of considered that we treat this as an annual plan submission, so I just kind of wanted to check what the status of the petition is versus the deputation.
So it really shouldn't have been put on the agenda then.
I've been talking to people in council to try and work out what the process is to bring it to agenda, and I've been told that it needs to go to another committee, so we're going to ask the chair of the Earthquake Recovery Committee if we can bring it to that committee and then pass a resolution to bring it to the council agenda.
Well, it doesn't need to. It doesn't need to come to the committee. We could move that here. So, I'll move that staff prepare a report on the petition and present it to the. I don't know how long they'll take, but the next Earthquake Recovery Committee of the Whole is next week. I don't know that that's possible because this is a short week this week. So I'll just say to the June Earthquake Recovery Committee of the Whole.
Right. Okay. Happy to second that.
Yep. Thank you. I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you very, very much. Cheers. Now